Today is, I think it's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Let's cuddle. Tuesday. That means it would have been CJ's first game. So it's Mr. Leo's story. What you gonna tell us about? Yeah, what is the story? Name some people and a place. And maybe you want to tell me if you want it to be funny or not funny or just mild. Like, we had a mild story a couple days ago with no laughing.
Yeah, when CJ was sick.
Very sick.
And he was just, his bed was over there.
Yes.
And we told 3 pigs.
So what's your story today, Leo?
I would like, My Luigi Princess Toad. Actually, no.
Okay.
Just let me think for a little bit.
Sure. Are you comfy? Okay, well...
How about Elvie and the Seeds are going on an adventure?
Okay, any particular kind of adventure?
You can make up that adventure.
Okay, I'm going to make up a unique one. Once upon a time, Elvie and the Siege woke up. And it was a beautiful morning, as it usually is in Minecraft. And Elvie said, "The Siege, what should we eat?" The Siege said, "Let's eat some honey." And Elvie said, "What's honey?" The Siege said, "I don't know." "What is honey?" And Elvie said, "We need to go find out what it is before we eat it." And the Siege said, "I agree, let's go." And Elvie said, "But wait, shouldn't we have breakfast first?" And the Siege said, "Yeah, but we should have some honey." And Elvie said, "Oh, so we need to find out what honey is so we can eat it, so we can go and find out what honey is so we can eat it?" The Siege said, "Precisely." And so they left. They got on their horses and drove and rode off. First they came to Herobrine's mansion. Oh, we got a crying baby. Oh, little baby woke up. We did not wake him up. We were quiet.
Yeah.
He just woke up. I'm sorry for it. Okay, and first they came to Herobrine's mansion. They knocked on the door. And Herobrine opened up the door. Herobrine's wife, Herobrine. "Yes," she said. "What's honey?" said Elvie. "I don't know," she said. And then they heard...
Oh, fatty.
Yeah, do not talk out loud, because if Mommy hears us, she will assume that we woke up the baby, and we don't want that. So only whispering, understand? Okay. And the Siege said, "Is that Fat Herobrine?" And Herobrine said, "No, it's not." And they kicked open the door, and there was Fat Herobrine and regular Herobrine. And regular Herobrine said, "How dare you kick open the door? My wife said he wasn't even in here." And the Siege said, "But there he is, right there. We just want to know what honey is." And Herobrine said, "You'll have to fight us." And so they started fighting, and they threw swords at each other and launched arrows. And finally, everybody was exhausted and lost a lot of hearts. And Elvie said, "All right, what's honey?" And Herobrine said, "You didn't win." And the Siege said, "We totally won." And Fat Herobrine said, and Elvie said, "You don't know what honey is, do you?" And Herobrine said, "I do know what it is." And the Siege said, "What is it? Tell us." And he said, I guess I don't know." "Ah," they said, "you made us fight for nothing." And he said, "Thanks for the fight." And they left. And they came to a village. And Elvie said, "We want to buy some honey." And a villager came up and said, "Hello." And
Oh no.
Elvie said, "Do you guys sell honey here?" "Yeah." And the seed said, "How much is it?" And the villager said, "1 honey." And Elvie said, "No, how much is it to buy 1 honey?" "1." "1 emerald?" "1 honey." And the seed said, "Oh no, we stumbled upon the annoyinger villagers." And the seed said, "You guys better give us all your honey." "Okay. Here." "There's nothing in your hands." "Yeah, it's honey." And Elvie said, "Where, is it really small?" And he looked in their hands. They looked even harder. Even harder. And Elvie said, "I don't see any honey in there." "Yeah." And the seed said, "Stop being so annoying. Do you have honey or not?" What's honey?" "Ah," they both said. "That's what we're trying to find out." "What is honey?" 1 emerald." "Let's get out of here." And they both left. And then they went to Meep City. And they finally got the lady at the information desk. Elvie said, "Information desk lady, what is honey?" And she said, "Well, my name's Honey." And the seed said, "Well, but we can't eat you for breakfast. Can we?" She said, "Please don't." And Elvie said, "We're looking for honey." And she said, "Hi." And Elvie said, "No, it's something you can eat. We just don't know what it is. You can't eat me for breakfast." And the seed said, "We don't mean you. We mean the stuff that you eat." And she said, "What stuff?" And they both said, "Honey." She said, "Hi." And Elvie said, "Oh no, you're worse than the annoyinger villagers." And she said, "Who's that? Is their name Honey too?" And the seed said, "No." "Where's the honey store?" She said, "I didn't come from a store." And Elvie said, "Oh goodness, we can't even get a straight answer out of anybody today." And the seed said, "All right, we're gonna have to resort to extreme measures." So they took out their swords and they started beating everybody they could. "Tell us where the honey is." And people screamed and ran, and they turned into bad guys, and they were like shooting arrows. And the police came. They were like, "Put down your swords and bows and arrows." And they're like, "Never. Tell us what honey is." And they said, "It's something." And Elvie said, "You don't know what it is." And he charged them with a sword, and they were like shooting their guns. And Elvie got caught, and he went to jail. And don't crack your knuckles. And he went to jail, and he was in prison. And the siege said, "I've got to break out Elvie out of jail." So the siege tunneled under the ground, and he went under a fence and under the yard and up into a wall. And he climbed up into the wall and found which cell Elvie was in, and broke through the wall right where the toilet was. Elvie said, "Thanks, the siege." And the siege said, "You bet, Elvie." And they escaped back out into Meep City. And Elvie said, "I don't know if anybody knows where honey is." And just then, everybody started screaming and pointing into the sky. And they all looked up, and it was a huge spaceship in the shape of a green man. And the siege said, "That looks familiar." And it came and landed right down in the middle of everybody. And some characters jumped off. And Elvie said, "Is that Mario?" And he said, "It's me, Mario." And all the police were like, "Get that alien." And Luigi's like, "Bro, what is this? I've never seen a gun before." And Princess said, "Oh, Luigi, if you've never seen a gun, you wouldn't even know what to say." And he said, "All right, I've seen a gun before. Run!" And they all ran and got back on Spaceship Mario. And Elvie jumped and landed right on Spaceship Mario, and so did the siege just as it was taking off. And they went to where everybody was standing around. And it was Mario, Princess, Luigi, Toad, Batman, Robin, and Superman. Batman, Robin, Superman, and Green Lantern. Batman was arguing with the Luma. "Stop saying that word. I'm warning you, stop saying that word." And Elvie said, "Does anybody know what honey is?" And Robin said, "Sure, it's a substance that you eat. It tastes real sweet and it looks gold." And the Siege said, "Gold?" And Robin said, "It just looks golden. It's not made out of gold." And Elvie said, "What's it made out of?" And Robin said, "Well, it's kind of like bee vomit." And they said, "What? People eat bee vomit?" And Robin said, "Well, it's kind of like that. The bees make it, and they make it inside their bodies, and it comes back out." And the Siege said, "I'm not eating that." And Batman said, "Why not? It's really yummy. Stop saying that word." And Superman said, "I would love to eat honey, but I can't taste anything." And the Siege said, "All right, give us some honey." And Mario said, "All right, next stop, Bee Galaxy." And after a while, they landed on the Bee Galaxy. And Elvie and the Siege, Mario, Luigi, Princess Toad, Batman, Robin, Superman, and Green Lantern all found bee power-up suits. And they were a little flock of bees. A little hive of bees. And they were buzzing all around. And they found a honeycomb. And they walked on it. And Elvie said, "Something smells really good." And Green Lantern said, "That's probably honey. It looks like it's really yummy, but honey should be green in order to be yummy." And the Siege licked some honey. And it tasted really good. And Elvie did too. And they said, "Now we can eat this for breakfast, so we can go find what honey means." And they got some honey and went home. And they ate it up. And Elvie said, "Now, let's go find out what honey means." And they left again. The end.
Ah!
Shh, no hyperness.
Turn out the
Okay,
phone.
I will. What's the name of the story? Shh. Whispering.
It's called Elvie and the Siege
Finding out honey. Okay. And do you want to turn it off?
Yeah, I'm good. Press the square.